The World Bank has revised upwards its 2024 growth projection from Nigeria from 2.9% projected in October last year to 3.3% for this year and 3.7% for 2025 in its January 2024 global growth prospect. The global economy is set to rack up a sorry record by the end of 2024, the slowest half-decade of GDP growth in 30 years, according to the World Bank's latest Global Economic Prospect report. The World Bank is basing its upward review on the expectation that reforms in the country would begin to yield fruits. This is as it expects global growth to slow for a third year in a row to 2.4% before ticking up to 2.7% in 2025. According to the report, growth in Nigeria is projected at 3.3% this year and 3.7% in 2025, up to 0.3 and 0.6 percentage points respectively, since June as macro-fiscal reforms gradually bear fruit. Now let's discuss this further. Economist Sopitan joins me on the news. Thank you for your time, Mr. Sopitan. The World Bank is hinging its 2024 outlook for Nigeria on two reforms by the government: the removal of fuel subsidy and the convergence of foreign exchange window. Is that enough to ease the economic challenges?
I'm sorry, I've looked at the World Bank report and I don't understand what they're talking about. So two things. If you say inflation is going to ease, I can relate with that to a certain degree, because at some point the price increases that we are seeing now will slow down. And it's important for your listeners to understand that when the World Bank says inflation will ease, it doesn't mean that prices will come down. It simply means that from where prices are today, that they will continue to increase at the rates that they increased in order for them to get to where they are today. So it's not necessarily a projection that prices will come down in Nigeria, and I think it's important that people understand that. As far as the growth projections are concerned, I am completely miffed. The two policies that we have seen our government implement, in the last 6 or 7 months, will not result in any significant growth in the short term, and probably not even in the medium term, especially when you consider the structural dislocations in our economy and how very difficult it is for policies to trickle down to affect the people on the streets. The things that will drive growth of an economy, especially of an economy like Nigeria, are not fiscal policy related things. So, for example, I did not hear the World Bank say anything about the issue of power supply. Nigeria has the worst power supply per capita in the entirety of Africa. Not exactly, but we're under top 10 in Africa. Power supply per capita. If we do not fix that, we cannot achieve any sustainable growth. Our growth is not going to be dependent on fiscal policy initiatives of the government. They're going to be dependent on the things that affect growth and development in any economy, and power is a fundamental component. I didn't hear the World Bank say anything about that.
Okay, Economist Sopitan, thank you for lending your thoughts.